Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us for this exciting historical day as we introduce the 11th head men's basketball coach in UIC history. A special welcome to UIC's administrators and staff, our athletic development board members, of course our media members that are here today, alumni and season ticket holders, as well as the players from the UIC team that are on spring break. They're here somewhere. I think they're right over here. Thank you for coming out. I want to thank our internal search team and our consultant, Eddie Fogler. I also want to extend a special thanks to General Manager of the Chicago Bulls, Gar Foreman, Indiana Head Coach Tom Crean, two special alumni, Jeff Bezdelik, Assistant Coach for the Memphis Grizzlies, and Matt Lloyd, Assistant General Manager of the Orlando Magic, who had great input into this decision. I also want to welcome Steve's family, his wonderful family, Kim and Dylan. Give them a big round of applause. I guarantee you're going to love Chicagoland, and we're happy that you're the newest members of the Flames family. I want to thank everyone associated with this search. It was a fairly quick search, but I especially want to thank our new chancellor, who has only been on the job for a couple weeks, but took an enormous amount of time in his transition from South Carolina here to help in shaping what we want for UIC. So at this time, I'd like to call Chancellor Amaritis to the podium to give his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Good morning, everyone. I'm the new guy that speaks with a funny accent. You may have heard about one going around campus. That's me. And it's my great pleasure to welcome every one of you here today. And I would like to start by thanking our athletic director, Jim Smith, for his leadership and the leadership of his colleagues on the search committee. As you heard, I joined UIC just 10 days ago, and it has been 10 very busy days. In fact, I had the pleasure already of experiencing 3 Chicago seasons during 10 days, starting with the 70s, the day that I came here, 40s, 20s, and snow in 1 week. I think I have seen people in shorts and I have seen people in parkas by now. But every day has been exciting. We were very excited, for example, last Friday to celebrate Coach Mike D's 500 win. And I may add in extra innings and in a very exciting game. And they even let me on the infield, if you believe it or not, to congratulate him together with the team after the game. Today's announcement is no exception. I love the game of basketball. I have played on club teams during my high school days and during my college days, and I feel very fortunate to be part of this new chapter for UIC basketball and UIC athletics. As our athletic director reminded you, I come from an SEC school, which for 20 years have also shaped my personal views of athletics as an instrumental part of any campus life and a unique way to develop and support school spirit. It is also a very important component for our interactions with alumni and our friends and supporters, many of whom are here today in the audience. I know firsthand the time and effort our student athletes put into their sports and in their classroom, and I'm very glad to see some of them here today. And I know firsthand when they are successful, and they have been successful in the classroom, and when they are successful on the court or field of play, how the pride and enthusiasm from the entire community grows with their success exponentially. And I know also how important college athletics are as a gateway to higher education in the way that they attract some of our young people from their earliest age. I look forward in my new role to promoting our intercollegiate athletics, to developing opportunities that make these connections between a university education and college sports, and also I look forward to cheering our Flames on to victory. For all of these reasons, I'm really excited today that we are introducing Coach McClain. I'm confident that we got a great teacher and mentor of our young men in our basketball team, and that's the most important aspect. I'm confident that we got a great recruiter for our team, and I'm confident that we got a winner on the court. So our athletic director is going to tell you more about his accomplishments as we welcome him. Thank you, Jim.
When I first discussed this search with the Chancellor, we discussed a profile for success. He mentioned some of those things. We talked about experience as a head coach, a winning background at the highest level of basketball, and someone with high energy who will become a champion for the student-athlete's success, both in the classroom and certainly a coach that will bring great integrity to the university. We certainly also emphasize recruiting and winning. After one meeting with Steve McClain, actually the first 15 minutes, I knew we had our coach. Coach McClain has 33 years of collegiate coaching experience, including 9 at the Division I level. He spent 3 seasons as head coach at Hutchinson Community College, compiled a 91-16 record, and a National Junior College Championships in 1994. He was also named the National Junior College Coach of the Year that year. He went on to spend 4 years as an assistant coach at TCU under the legendary head coach Billy Tubbs. The year before they arrived, the Horned Frogs were 7-20. 4 years later, they were 27-6 and ranked 15th in the country. He'd moved on and spent 9 seasons as head coach at the University of Wyoming with a record of 157-115 and 4 postseason appearances. He was also named Mountain West Coach of the Year in 2002. From there, he went to help build one of our alums programs at the University of Colorado as associate head coach, helping Jeff Bezdelic, and then moved on to the University of Indiana. Spent 5 years, most recently as the associate head coach, helped the Hoosiers reach back-to-back Sweet 16s, finishing 13th and 7th in the national polls in 12 and 13. It's been far too long since the Flames have been to the NCAA tournament. We know that this coach is going to bring a style of play that's entertaining for our fans and for the Chicagoland area. I'm positive Steve McClain will meet all of our desires and goals. Please welcome the new coach of the UIC Flames, Steve McClain.
You know, it's probably the only time you'll see me stand still as long as I'm here. But the Chancellor Armidas, Jim, Bill Merchants, I want to thank you first for the opportunity. And I say that in this degree. It's my privilege to be your coach. I don't take this responsibility lightly. I know why we're here. I have to thank my wife and my son because you can't do what we're going to do here without a great family. I have to thank Tom Crean and his family. The culture we created there is what we're going to bring here. Excellence. Excellence. And I'm glad some of the players are here because it changes today. It started changing about 72 hours ago because I came here to win championships, to go to the NCAA tournament, and now I'm going to really step out of the line. Not just go, let's go win. Because 2004 is a long time ago. But I can tell you this, Jim said within 15 minutes he knew he had his guy. I knew after 5 minutes that was an athletic director I wanted to work for. And it takes a team, and I can tell you, your team has been as good as any since the minute we started to get this done. And Richard and Rick and Tanya, we've got a great group of people. I reached out to Regina yesterday when I finally could. I know the job her and her staff are doing. And what I want you to know is, again, I'm honored to be your coach. I think sometimes in our profession we walk in somewhere and everyone thinks it's this way. No, I'm honored. There is a great past here, but we've got to get back to that. And we're going to get back to that. And it's going to be fun. And Jim talked about the style of play. We're going to play fast. And we're going to play hard. And we're going to play tough. And we're going to be what we should be in that degree. Because you win championships by the fact you walk on the court believing you're going to win one. You do it every day. And I told Jim this. I'm a big believer in life. You either win or lose every day. Today we're winning. Today we're winning. And my challenge to you is this. Everybody says wait and see. I'm going to tell you, get on board now, because if you wait, you won't get on later. Because we're going to go. And I understand winning. I understand being a part of something bigger than yourselves. Because it is bigger than us. It's about a great university with great academics, a great med school. We've got great professors. And I want to be a part of all of it. And my family wants to be a part of all of it. And I'll give you this, and then I'm going to let the media ask me anything they'd like. When you walk out of here today, I want you to be as proud to be an alum of this university as you can be. And when you walk out of that arena 6 months from now when we're playing, I want you to walk out and say, that's the hardest team I've ever seen play. I want you to be as proud as you can be. Because we've got an unbelievable alumni base. And we're going to pull in some of the Hoosier Nation because they all been texting me saying they're coming. So we're going to get them on board. And we're going to get the Big Ten fans that just love basketball on board. Because we're going to put 7,000 people in that building. And Tom Crean told me when this all started, he said, Steve, we walked in there and lost. We took a Michigan State team in there and got beat. Those days are coming back. Those days are coming back. I'll go ahead and open it up. If you've got a question, I'd love to answer it and give you some other thoughts. Don't, yes. Well, I think like anything, when you build, it starts with these young guys that are standing right here. Because I'm a big believer in coaching. Everybody walks in and says, well, I've got a 2-year plan or I've got a 3-year plan. That's my plan right there. Because I've studied them enough to know there's something in there. Now I got to bring it out more. And then we're going to add some pieces. Because I didn't come here to win 2 or 3 years from now. We're going to win next year. And again, a Horizon League championship, yeah, we're not going to sit here and say, well, we'll wait 2 or 3 years to do that. No, we're going to start preparing today to win a championship next year. The pieces start right there. The first step is them believing. Because they've heard a lot, haven't you, fellas? You've heard some things about me, haven't you? Yeah. I've heard some of the things you've heard. But I can tell you what, we're going to have fun. Because winning's fun. There isn't anything hard about winning, except it's hard. And you know what? When you win, there is nothing better. I want you to have rings. I want you to put rings on your fingers and make a legacy here that'll always have you on one of those banners. So that's how it starts. We won't repeat all of them, but you know what? I think when you have high energy, it either scares people or they embrace it. Because they sometimes think that might be too much. I love what I do. That's what they're going to find out. My family loves what I do. And my energy is for them. My energy is for them. And so they've probably heard it's going to be hard. And they've probably heard it's going to be fast and it's going to be different. But you know what? We need it different. We've got to win every day. I go back to that statement. You either win or lose every day. They've got to practice winning every day. And so that's probably what they've heard. Yes. No question. As the head coach at the University of Wyoming, and one of my former players is sitting here, it's unbelievable and it's great that he came. We turned the Wyoming program with Chicago guys, Jason Strait, then we had Brandon Ewing, then we had Justin Williams. They brought a toughness. They brought a culture of winning. So there is no question. It all starts right here. And I can promise you, there isn't one coach, whether it's in the city, outside the city, that we're not going to touch. Because we've got to keep the best players right here. Why leave? Why not stay where your parents can see you play? Why not be a part of our family? Because at the end of the day, there's tough kids here. I want tough kids. I want kids that are about winning. So there's no question. Our base starts right here. What I see is this. When Jim offered me this job, I knew I was coming to work for an athletic director and a chancellor that are as committed as this program's ever been. Because you've got to have that commitment to get what you're talking about. And then you've got to have, I'll go back to what I said. It's easy to sit on the sideline and be an alum and say, well, when they get good, I'll go. No, we need you right now. Because when we get good, we're not just going to... Here's my vision. Winning the Horizon League, definitely. It'll be on our wall every day. Getting to the NCAA tournament, that'll be on our wall every day. We got to get back to being in the top 25. That's the league you want to be in. Because when you're in that league, you're not worried about going to the NCAA tournament. You're not worried about those things. You're worried about what seed you're going to get in the NCAA tournament. There was a time this program had that. And that's what we've got to get back to get it back on the national stage. We've got to improve our home schedule. I want to bring teams in here that you're excited to come watch us play and win against. We've got to do all those things. Will it happen overnight? No. But it's going to happen quickly. Anything else? Let me wrap it up with this. Again, it's an honor to be your coach. It's an honor to be all of your coach for myself and my family. And I promise you this, there won't be a staff in the country work any harder than we do. And again, I go back to when we get this done, get ready to go. Because it's going to explode and we're going to take this city over. And all I promise you is there won't be a coach you've ever had wake up every day with more enthusiasm, with more energy, and the will that you can't stop us. Your only limitation in life is what you put on yourself. There are no limitations here, both academically and basketball. We've got a great university. Now we've got to have a great basketball program to go with it. And so for all of you to be here this morning means a lot to me and my family. And I look forward to meeting every one of you personally. And at the end of the day, we're going to look back on this real soon and go, it was a great day. Thank you very much.
You guys come over here and we'll take pictures with you.